Hey friends and welcome again to my channel. So today I'll discuss some important questions of all the time from Samuel Taylor Coleridge's supernatural poem Christabel. So there are actually four important questions. They are actually carrying 5 marks, means each question carries 5 marks. Okay. So at first let's now deal with the question number 1, which is, why does Christabel leave the castle of Sir Leoline at the middle hours of night? So, friends, we all know that Christabel is the daughter of Sir Leoline, and she actually goes outside of the castle of Sir Leoline at midnight. So, now let us know that why Christabel did such things, okay? And the poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge himself asks this question that what makes her in the woods so late, a furlong from the castle gate? So let us now give the answer of it. So actually, throughout the previous night, she dreamed of a lover who is a knight, and he is often called as betrothed knight. So that's why, as Christabel saw a dream, that's why she apprehended some danger on her beloved. That's why she came to the forest at midnight in order to pray for the welfare of her lover who is far away from her. And friends, you know what? It was a medieval superstition that a midnight prayer under the moon would bring welfare to one's lover. So, in order to pray for the welfare of her beloved, she goes to the forest at midnight. So, thus, the pious, the good Christabel suffers and prays for the will of her lover that's far away. So, friends, this was the answer of question number 1. And now let us jump into question number 2, which is, how is the damsel bride it is described in Christabel? So, let me tell you one thing, that damsel bride is referred to Geraldine, means the evil spirit. So, the description of the physical beauty of the damsel bride, who is Geraldine, suggests something ominous, something bad, something supernatural. The figure of Geraldine is not merely beautiful but more than beautiful. So it becomes otherworldly and beautiful exceedingly. It means that Geraldine doesn't belong to this world, and she came from other world, and she is not merely beautiful but more than beautiful. Okay. So Geraldine in this poem wear a silken white dress that shone dimly in the moonlight. Her majestic neck and arms were bare, and whiteness of her neck made her white dress look pale. It means that her neck was more white than her white dress, and the gems she wore in her hair shone brightly. It means that she actually decorated her hair with some maybe gems, and the gems are actually shining so brightly. Blue veins were clearly visible on the unsandaled feet. So, from this point, it is clear that she did not wear any sandal and her feet were unsandaled. And that's why the blue veins of her feet were clearly visible. Okay. So, in this context, the poet himself described that the neck that made the white robe, her stately neck and arms were bare, her blue veined feet unsandaled, and wildly glittered here and there, the gems entangled in her hair. Okay. But though in Christabel, Samuel Taylor Coleridge described the damsel bride, means Geraldine, as exceedingly beautiful, but we can say that the damsel was bright but not lovely, because only Christabel could be lovely, because lovely was the darling word of Coleridge. So, as the damsel bride herself belongs to the world of supernatural, she cannot be lovely because she is an evil spirit, you can say, or maybe she will harm Christabel. So we can say only Christabel is lovely because her heart is pure. She is far away from any evil intention. So friends, this was the answer of question number 2. Now let us jump into question number 3, which is, have pity on my sore distress. Here in this quoted line, who is the speaker and what is the distress referred to? So, in Christabel, Part 1 by S.T. Coleridge, the speaker of the quoted line means, have pity on my sore distress, is Geraldine. She is an evil spirit in disguise of a damsel bride. So, as per Geraldine's account that is given to Christabel, Geraldine's father belongs to a noble family, and thus she is also belonging to the noble family. But she was seized by 5 warriors in the previous morning before meeting Christabel, because she meets Christabel at midnight. Okay. She told that they means the 5 warriors, or you can say 5 kidnappers, did not have any pity on her, though she was a woman, weak and alone. She could not cry for help as her throat was choked by the rough men who kidnapped her. They bound her on a palfrey. Friends, palfrey means horse, okay? Which ran as fast as wind. She did not know who the captors were and how long she remained on the palfrey because she was in state of trance under the impact of their evil spell. The tallest of the warriors removed her from the horse back and placed under an oak tree. She seemed to be hardly alive, but the warrior swears that they would soon come back. Geraldine was too tired to speak and gave this answer in a feeble voice to Christabel when she meets Christabel, and when Christabel asked her that why Geraldine came here at this time of night. So friends, as Christabel is so pious, so humble and so innocent and meek, she did not know Geraldine's corrupt intention or that Geraldine is cooking up a story. But we audience know that Geraldine is an evil spirit and she cooks up a story in order to impress or in order to draw pity from Christabel. So friends, this was the answer of question number 3. Now we have our last question, which is question number 4. And the question is, what unnatural things happen when Christabel and Geraldine enter the castle of Sir Leoline? So Christabel felt pity on hearing about Geraldine's miserable condition. She offered her the service of Sir Leoline and brought her to their castle. It means that when Christabel gets out to her castle at midnight, then she meets a lady named Geraldine. And Geraldine told Christabel a false story about herself. Okay. Actually, Christabel then felt pity on Geraldine's condition and she offered her to stay at their castle and brought her to their castle. Okay. So then they crossed the ditch and Christabel unlocked a small door exactly at the middle of the castle gate, which was ironed within and without. When they entered the castle, some unnatural things happened. So then when Christabel with Geraldine was entering throughout a iron gate of the castle, then some unnatural things began to happen. Okay. So as they were about to enter the gate, Geraldine sank on the ground, belike through pain. So friends, here it means that when Christabel and Geraldine was about to enter the iron gate, then Geraldine sank on the ground. It seems that she was in pain. So friends, here the question arises that why all of a sudden Geraldine was in pain. So it is believed that evil spirits are afraid of iron. So as Geraldine was passing through iron gate, which is ironed within and without, that's why maybe just because she is afraid of iron, as she is a evil spirit, that's why she sank on the ground, and it is seemed that she is in pain. So Geraldine collapsed while crossing the iron gate, and Christabel lifted her body up and somehow dragged across. So as Geraldine collapsed, then Christabel lifted her body and she dragged her body, means she dragged Geraldine to the castle. Okay. Free from danger and fear, both the ladies crossed the compound. But the mastiff laying asleep outside her kennel behaved abnormally. So here first, mastiff means one kind of dog, one kind of beach. Okay. So while they were passing, as Geraldine is a evil spirit, that's why the mastiff actually behaved abnormally because she can feel the presence of evil spirits. She gave out a growl of anger. The suggestion is that the presence of Geraldine, an evil spirit, works mysteriously on the instinct of the sleeping beach. Okay. So now, when Geraldine and Christabel passed through the hall, which echoed the sound of their footsteps, although they walked very slowly. So now, after crossing the iron gate and the mastiff, after crossing the kennel of the mastiff, they have reached to the hall, and when they were passing through the hall, then though both of the ladies walked very slowly, but still the hall echoed the sound of their footsteps. Okay. Then the pieces of wood that had been burning now lay flat, and the fire was dying. So, friends, it means that in the fireplace of that castle, the fire was dying because the wood that had been burning now lay flat. Okay. But when Geraldine passed by it, it gave out a blaze of light and a short momentary flame. So, as the fire was dying, but still, when Geraldine was passing by it, then it gave out a blaze of light. So, it means that it can also sense the presence of the evil spirit. So, after all these things, Christabel trimmed the lamp and Geraldine sank upon the floor. Okay. So, friends, Geraldine belonged to the dark world of mystery and she is an evil spirit. Her entrance into the castle is marked by several surprises and inexplicable events that are mentioned above. So, friends, these are the unnatural things which actually happen when Christabel with Geraldine entered the castle. Okay.